Okay, I hope you can see this. This is as close as I can get it to the charts. So this is a basic counting exercise. We're going to start with common time over here. So the whole note is just a circle. So if you clap it, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you subdivide that into 2. So you have a half note, which is a circle with a little stick on it. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Subdivide those again into half. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where the idea of 4, 4 comes from, because the quarter note gets the beat, and there's 4 of them in common time, or 4, 4 time. There's further subdivisions. You've got the eighth note, which is twice as fast as the quarter note. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and those subdivide into 16th notes, where you say 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. There's rest corresponding to these notes too. An upside down hat is a rest for 4 counts. So you just don't clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. You subdivide that, and they're right side up hats if you set a hat on the table. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it comes down to these crazy squiggly things that I never can do right, which are quarter note rests. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this sort of 70 looking thing is an eighth note rest. So rest for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. They're also connected, the notes are also connected like this with a bar between 2 of them. Occasionally you'll see more than one of these connected, so you have 4 in a line. So if you have 1 bar, it's an eighth note. If you have 2 bars, it's a 16th note. So we're going to try some counting exercises. I brought along a traditional metronome, so I thought you could see it better. You can also get a digital one or find an app on your phone, and they're usually more accurate. This one has sort of a tick, 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 tick to it. So we're going to go ahead and try counting with this metronome. And these old ones you have to wind up. Make it a little faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let me do that one again. I messed up. 1 and a 2, 3, 4, and that one's tricky. Let's try that last one again. 1 and a 2 and 3. I have to make it slower because I can't even do it. I should have known to do it slower. So we're on this last one. 1 and a 2, 3, 4 and. So this next one, we got 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do it without this. It's sort of doing this lilty thing. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a. So this is the sort of lilty thing. That's the way these two sound. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a. This thing with a 3 on top is a triplet. So a triplet just takes 1 count, even though there's 3 notes there. So we got triplet 2, 3, 4. Do that again. Triplet 2, 3, 4. This next one, and I'll explain the dot. The dot means you take half of that amount. So that's going to be 3 eighth notes, or 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So the last one's going to be 1, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Let's try this last one again. 1, 2 E and a 3 and a 4. That last one's a 4. I didn't put the 4 there. So the dots again mean you take a half of the amount of the note that's in front of it. So if it's a 2 count note, a half note, and you put a dot by it, that's 2 plus 1 equals 3 counts. If you have a quarter note and you put a dot by it, that's a quarter note plus half, which is an 8th note, so you have a 1 and a count. So 1 and a half counts. You can do this with 8th notes, 16th notes. So if the 18th note, you'll have 8th note, you'll have the 8th and half another count, so you'll have 3/4 of a count, which is crazy. It's 1 and you don't have the on it. Then we have rest. So let's try to count something with rest. You have 1 rest, 2, 3, rest on 4. Then you have a half note rest. 1, 2, 3, eighth note rest. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's try this one again. It's tricky. So rest on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then we just rest for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3, and a 4, 2. So this is a 16th note rest. So you have 1, 2, 3, and a 4. This one you have a half note rest with 1, 2, a quarter note rest, 3, and 4. So all we do is clap on the 4th note. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's some other times that we run into. We have waltz time, which is just 3 notes per beat. It's 3, 4, so the quarter note still has the beat, and we just have 3 beats in a measure. So we have a whole note, which is just a half note with a dot on it, because that makes 3. That breaks down into 3 quarter notes, breaks down into 6 eighth notes, and 12 16th notes. And again, if you have the 8th note, you have 1 bar on top if you want to connect them. If you want the 16th note, you have 2 bars on top to connect them. So if you wanted a sample exercise for counting, you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and a 2, 3. Then this is a triplet. It sort of got torn, so triplet 2, 3. Then 1, 2, and a 2, 3, and sorry, I'll do that again. 1, 2, and a 3, and because the triplet, remember, has just the 1 beat on this one. The last one we have, if I don't trip on the chairs, is Irish jig time, or 6/8. It's basically a different way to count waltz time. So instead of the quarter note getting the beat, you now have the 8th note getting the beat. That's what the 8 means, and you have 6 of them in a measure. So you're basically timesing this by 2. So you have 6 beats in the quarter, and then in the 8th note, sorry. I went backwards on this one. So they combine into 3 quarter notes. So you can see that that's related to that. And then you have the whole note, which is the half note with the dot. So if we wanted to do something like this, this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is tricky because it's sort of syncopated with the dots. So it's 1 and a 2 and a 3. Let me try this.